account planning that eventually feeds into your financial statements as well. So this is one component of a larger planning solution architecture. So yeah, we're going to focus on the CRM sales planning and analytics solution. So this is actually a prepackaged solution that Simplify offers. We are, if you keep your eyes out on the SAP store, we're actually putting this out on the store for standalone purchase, but you can purchase it, this application from Simplify with a quick start deployment in a few weeks, or we can use this application as a starting point to more build to your specification, right, for more complex scenarios. So at minimum, this is a really good starting point for companies looking to leverage data coming out of their CRM for performance management reporting, for sales forecast and plan, as well as for quota planning and management. So the different reporting scenarios this supports is pipeline analytics, sales attainment, sales conversion, all the different types of KPIs and calculations you want to look at to help look at performance management, like sales cycle time, number of deals you're winning, average deal size, etc., win rates. And then this is actually, this content sits inside of an OLAP model. So this isn't, a relational database, right? This OLAP model that we have the CRM data staged for really allows you to slice and dice your data and to drill into and to get, great analytics as well as finished polished reporting out of the solution at the end of the day. So this solution sits on top of, as well as the rest of our prepackaged content sits on top of SAP Analytics Cloud. So as a partner, that's focused on planning analytics consolidations, we do, focus as well on the SAP technology stack. And this is an application that works well both for, sales, operational reporting, and planning, as well as to integrate into your financial plan, as we discussed before. It can integrate with SAP. So, this could be C4. This could be actually, also integrates with Salesforce or any external CRM system. A lot of the similar concepts here. And with this, from a financial analysis perspective, we can look at opportunities all the way from the point of when they were opened all the way through they're closed, and help the business with more analytics and insights into their data based off of that end-to-end analysis that we're able to provide with this content. So this explains how this application really comes together. The purpose of your CRM system is really to help you track and measure, opportunities. But, once your opportunity turns into a sale, the CRM system isn't, necessarily helping you come up with the plan, isn't necessarily helping you very well to manage, your quotas and maintenance of that. It's not an analytics platform, right? And it's not a planning platform. So that's where this application comes in. So what we're actually doing here is we're taking, closed sales out of your source systems, and we're loading them into our main sales and pipeline analytics application, this prepackaged content here. So those closed deals, includes the counts, includes the actual sales, by customer, by product, by sales rep. In addition to that, we're also taking opportunity snapshots from our CRM system, and we're doing this at minimum on a monthly basis. And we're typically doing that on, day 5, day 6, right? You could also, take a snapshot on day 0 or every single week if you want from a reporting perspective. So you can have snapshots from week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5 of your pipeline. And then for ad hoc analysis purposes, we can also take daily snapshots for analytics as well, which include, your counts and detail underneath that. So we're feeding these snapshots into our analytics application. We're feeding our closed sales into our analytics application. And then this is the same application that we're actually using to manage and build our forecast and plan. So we're administering our forecast and plan within this solution. We're collecting and aggregating inputs from sales and finance to help us build that. And then we have our forecast and plan data right next to our snapshot of our opportunities as well as our sales data. And then we're able to compare that sales attainment data, with our quota. So this is a solution that you can use and our customers are using to plan and manage their quota in addition to their monthly forecasts and annual plan. And when we're pulling in this data from their CRM data, from our CRM system, we're actually pulling it in all the way down to the individual, opportunity level. So we have quite a bit of detail that exists within this analytics app. And that detail can help us drive a more accurate forecast and plan. So what we can do with our CRM data is figure out, how do we want to track and stratify our opportunities. So we might want to look at that, by sales territory, by product grouping or product offering, by, deal stages, by the forecast certainty that our salespeople have. So we can take our opportunities and we can stratify them as we pull them into our system, and we can use that to generate win rates by those stratifications to then apply those win rates against our pipeline. So we take our pipeline, we apply our calculated win rates, and we use that to seed our financial forecast, right? In addition to that, within SAP Analytics Cloud, this is SAP's strategic solution for predictive analysis as well. And you hear, my kids must be getting excited for Kevin Blake, so I should move it along. But this is SAP's strategic solution for predictive analysis. So you can also take your opportunities and you can run that and classify them and run them through regression analysis. If you want to do, opportunity scoring on key deals or key data sets, or if you want to see, hey, when I have deals at stage 1 or stage 2, what's the likelihood of them progressing to deals, stage 5, right? So there's a lot of built-in analytics predictive capability, particularly the regression analysis that can help go through all the different variables that you have in your CRM system to help more accurately predict what deals are going to close, as well as to more accurately forecast win rates as opposed to just using historical data. And companies that we've used this with, for example, have found that some of the leading indicators coming out of their CRM system, not surprisingly, for deals that are going to close are executive alignment and historical relationships, and actually the salespeople themselves are key drivers, right? You have some overperforming salespeople who are hitting their quota year over year, and there's typically a reason for that. So, but this can help you analyze those different drivers and get insights into it, help drive business value as well as forecast accuracy from a decision-making perspective. And then again, we're taking this and we're seeding our opportunity data, and we're applying the win rates to it to factor it to create the forecast within the tool. So we have a launch pad available to us within the system for all of our sales analytics to look at those same types of reports that I just mentioned for current pipeline, deals closed, attainment, etc. We also have a sales planning and admin launch pad that guides us through the forecast monthly admin steps to set up our rolling forecast, to roll that over, set up an annual plan, as well as then to update our plan within the solution. So our simplified prepackaged content, which sits on top of SAP Analytics Cloud, it does require SAP Analytics Cloud licensing. Again, it can interface with any CRM system, but we have special knowledge around SAP integration as well as Salesforce integration. And then it comes with all these pre-existing workflows, the stories from a reporting perspective that are pre-built as well as from a planning perspective, the model and dimensionality, which this is, we've applied this at multiple different scenarios and customers, and we're continuing to collect feedback and optimize this model and dimensionality to get the best reporting and planning outcomes for our customers. And then we have some standard calculations in here and data actions to help us, calculate what weighted sales and seed our forecasts, calculate win rates and close rates. So these are all things that you can leverage. You don't have to build from scratch with this prepackaged content, opportunity counts and deal size. So again, this next slide here just focuses in again on integration. So on the right-hand side of the screen, we have our SAP Analytics Cloud application for CRM planning and analytics with all of our different pre-built dimensionality in our star schema model here. And we can pull this and acquire our master data structures from SAP, or again, we could pull it from Salesforce or another CRM system. So when we're interfacing with SAP, we have a native connector that allows us to pull from the views for our opportunity data, our sales, opportunity and deal counts, our product and customer master data. So we're pulling all of this into our planning app. And then we can even actually, if we want, we can write back some of our quota and plan forecast data. However, we're seeing more companies do the actual reporting within this solution. And then along with all of our prepackaged content, we have a roadmap here published with some upcoming enhancements, as well as we're, constantly enhancing based off of customer requests. One of the key things, we have some good assets that our customers can leverage around revenue recognition in SAP Analytics Cloud. We want to integrate that and set them up more for this CRM scenario. And then we also want to integrate our professional services content into this as well. So I have a couple customer use cases I'll share quickly and do a quick demo, and then we'll hand it over to Kevin. So this is an implementation where, that's ongoing. We're about 2/3 of the way through. It's a quick, 6-week project we're implementing for a mid-market company with just over 1,000 employees based out of Connecticut, IT professional services firm. So here we're interfacing with C4. So this is one example here. Another example with a large enterprise firm, financial software and services as well, Fiserv, based out of Brookfield, Wisconsin. So, this is other end of the scale. So instead of, 6-week implementation for a $70 billion market cap company, this is a 6-month implementation. We're really, building to their specification. And these guys are live with SAP and with Simplify. All right, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and jump to the demo for a couple of minutes, and we'll come back and hand it over. So this is the SAP Analytics Cloud platform here. This is our launch pad. We have our performance indicators and our quota and plan and forecast and reporting. I'm just going to focus on a couple analytics views and share the planning process flow quickly here. So first, we'll take a peek at our opportunity snapshot. Coming from our CRM system. So this would be our last month's opportunity snapshot here. We have all of our structures with this OLAP model, our dimensionality, for example, for our sales org here. We can drill into individual positions. We could filter on our enterprise sales versus middle market here. And you're going to see their opportunity snapshot data all updates as we change these selections. So we can see our weighted sales by opportunity, by customer, our top 10 ones that we want to focus on. We can pivot between weighted sales, which is calculated, versus our sales number. We could also drill into, specific divisions or entities if we wanted to look at, professional services versus data processing. And our top 10 opportunities here updates accordingly. We can add commentary to this, right? This is with this model view. I'll go into our report builder here. You can see that this is within SAP Analytics Cloud. This is really kind of a pivot table report builder. It's a pivot table kind of on steroids, right? So any of our dimensionality that I mentioned earlier, we could actually, add to this report here. We could also drill into the raw data. And again, filter on any of the dimensions that we have available to us within the application. I mentioned some of the key KPIs here as well. We could look at our sales, our won deals, our average deal size, our cycle times. We have additional reports for attainment versus quota. The last thing I want to cover is just cover the planning process flow here quickly. so that you can have an understanding of how you can use this tool from a planning process as well. So here we have this process flow where we're actually setting up our forecast or our plan. So if you have multiple currencies, you can load FX rates. We're loading every single, opportunity level of detail from your CRM system, updating our sales master data before we update the current reporting and planning processes. We take our snapshot, we calculate our weighted pipelines. We have these data actions available within the tool that can actually run and calculate these calculations. And then ultimately we can publish our forecast out for updates from our sales or finance folks. So I'll just click into the first step here. We'll just look at the review outlook in our planning process flow. And here, we can look at our opportunity snapshot with our factored sales. And we've already taken that snapshot version and copied that into our forecast version. And this provides us a summary level view. If we were coming in here as an individual salesperson, we would only see the pipeline and customers that are assigned to us, right? But same thing here, we can filter on these different views. So this is kind of the overview of our outlook. We can also then click into our specific planning view where we can look at our factored pipeline that we have coming out of our CRM system. So we can see this, by individual month, and we can come in and actually key in adjustments to this, or we can key in numbers for new business that's not necessarily factored into our pipeline. So in this example, this can be built based off your structures, but we're doing this, by our different product groupings, by our different, sales categories or codes, growth versus renewal, and all these structures we can drill into and adjust as we're updating our plan. So once we submit our plan, we can lock that and it's published that, and it's available for reporting immediately from our FP&A and sales leadership stakeholders. So that's a quick view. If you want a longer demo, we're actually going to be doing